Have you ever thought about the depth of a father's love, even when his children disappoint him? Our tale begins with a father and his two sons. The younger son, brimming with youthful audacity, approaches his father and asks for his share of the family wealth. Instead of reacting with anger or indignation, the father, full of unconditional love, divides his property equally between his two sons. Barely able to contain his excitement, the younger son hastily gathers his newly acquired wealth and sets off for a distant country. There, far from the watchful eyes of his family, he squanders his fortune in wild, reckless living. Yet, as quickly as his wealth came, it disappeared, swallowed by his thoughtless indulgence. His pockets empty and spirit broken, the younger son finally grasps the gravity of his actions. The younger son, realizing he had made a grave error, decided to return home. What happens when a wayward child decides to return home? The prodigal son, now destitute and famished, yearns for the comfort of his father's house. He knows he has wronged his father in heaven, and in his heart, he rehearses a plea for forgiveness. He resolves to return home, not as a son, but as a humble servant. As he trudges the familiar path home, his father spots him from a distance. His heart swells with love and compassion. Without a moment's hesitation, he runs to his son, embracing him and planting kisses of relief and joy. He doesn't let his son utter his rehearsed apology, for love has already forgiven. He commands his servants to bring the finest robe, a ring, and sandals. His son, once lost in a far-off land, is now home. The father orders a feast, a celebration of love's victory over loss. The father's joy over his son's return was immense, but not everyone shared in this joy. How would you respond if someone who hurt you was welcomed back with open arms? Imagine the older son, laboring in the fields, when the sound of merriment wafts his way. He learns of his prodigal brother's return and the celebration in his honor. A hot surge of indignation floods him. He refuses to partake in the rejoicing. Despite his father's entreaties, he can't hide his resentment. He feels overlooked, unappreciated. He's been there all along, faithful and dutiful. Yet it's his wayward brother who gets the grand welcome. The father, wise and patient, listens. He assures his elder son that everything he has is his, but he insists it's right to celebrate. For his younger son, once lost is now found, once dead is now alive. In life, it is crucial to understand that every person's journey is different, and the capacity for forgiveness and love can overcome even the deepest of resentments.